Hello everybody. I just want to say before we start this, I have been taking sun non-stop and I have this brilliant tan on me, right? And this is the most tan I've ever been in my entire life, so yay to me. And for those of you saying, laughing right now, saying I am not tan, I will have you know I did change colors because I have a concealer or an under eye makeup thingy-majiggy whatever that is a certain color, and now I put it on. It used to be perfect, and now I put it on, and it is too light for me, so I needed to buy a darker one. So I am legit tan. This is crazy for me. I've never been this color, and I am ecstatic about it, so please do not burst my bubble in the comments, please. I know I look like a Cancun goddess, so no need to mention it. Anyway, Ricky Gervais Show, Season 1, Episode 10, The Fight. I skipped the intro just because we're still on Season 1. I was told it's all the same in Season 1, so I can do it. It's okay. Anyway, let's do this.
Of course, as ever, lots of questions for Carl as well, just to sort of try and tap into his brain, see what's going on there. Question from Jade. Carl, what would you change if you were in charge of what kids are taught in school? Right, you know, because, I mean, your school experience was a bit iffy. You got very bored, didn't you? You got very disillusioned by school.
Yeah. What I'd do, right, is instead of sort of teaching kids about 2 and 2 and that, which is 4, right?
Right.
Well done. Show off.
I think they should be asked more questions that make them think rather than something that has just got an answer.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Right? So,
so teaching them the quest for knowledge, inflaming their imagination.
But just freaking them out a bit as well. Just going like...
Of course.
That's where it was going.
There you go.
As soon as you started talking, Rick, I was thinking you're thinking some of the big existential or philosophical questions. You know, what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to interact with other humans? To be a humanist.
Or teaching them sort of like philosophy on a basic level, that, you know, teaching them the love for learning. So, you know, get them up to a roots level so they want to learn and then they will learn, as opposed to just teaching them facts.
Whereas...
He was thinking, freak them out a bit.
There you go.
No, just like, you know, like I read the other day, and someone sent it in on email, like how there's a dishwasher that's been found on Mars.
Rubbish.
Whoa, what?
Right? It's not true.
So tell them that.
But it's not true.
Go home and write about it. How did that happen?
But it didn't happen.
Well, it did happen. It was in a science magazine.
No, it didn't happen. There's not a dishwasher on Mars.
Why not?
Because...
What do you mean, why not?
How did it get there?
But we're always sending, like, rubbish out there and that. It's like...
Not dishwashers. What, you think the council take it away and they go, where can we put it? Well, the tip's full. Well, where's the nearest thing we can dump this? Mars, I imagine.
Yeah.
No, but the same way that fella who, I don't know, was it 2 Christmases ago, when he was messing about saying I can get stuff to Mars and all that, he did it wrong because he did it on, like, Boxing Day, and I just think nobody's concentrating. No one wants to work on that day. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? They're going to do stuff sort of half-arsed, aren't they, on Boxing Day? So... it didn't really get there, I don't think, but it crash-landed.
What are you talking about? What was he...
Yeah. Okay, I'm not the only one, because I was so confused as to where he was going. Like, I can usually follow his train of thought, but this one's a little bit harder. This train's got, you know, very weird timing on it. And they're confused as well, so at least that's good. But, like, what?
What are you trying to do?
He was sending something. It didn't really get there, I don't think, but it crash-landed.
What are you talking about? What was he trying to do?
He was sending something up to Mars.
Yeah, that little fella that wanted to get something on Mars, and it got...
probe, you mean?
And it didn't open properly.
Yeah.
It got there, didn't open.
But the thing is, it got there, it didn't open properly. No one's been back to pick it up. And what I'm saying is, we're saying about going to Mars as our next planet. It's a tip. There's loads of stuff that's been flirted up there.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
It's just all, like, that probe thing is still there.
Where's he getting this information?
Yeah. So, ipso facto, there is a dishwasher on Mars. We've settled that. Why would they have a dishwasher?
Though. Because this kind of transformed from what he would teach kids. Now, if I were ever in, like, high school or middle school or anything, and there was like, all right, not if it was presented to me as fact, because I also would have called, you know, BS. But if it was presented to me as a hypothetical, all right, let's say there's a dishwasher on Mars, and we were supposed to write about how it got there, whatever, theories or stories, that would have been really fun, and that would have been a really cool prompt, you know, to, you know, engage kids and get them to write and get them to think outside the box and that kind of stuff. Now, this kind of evolved into something very confusing, but, you know, the idea, the start of the idea was decent enough.
On Mars. Would they take the dishwasher up in the space shuttle in case they had dinner parties? What are you talking about?
I just think they would have a little dishwasher in there. There's a lot of them, tight space. You don't want. But who's going to do that? You know, that means.
Do you know how much fuel it takes to move a kilogram?
Yeah.
Out of the
I
Earth's
don't
atmosphere?
think you do.
So they're going to take up a dishwasher, are they?
Sorry, but what
I
are
don't
they
think Ricky
cooking up
does
there,
either.
Carl?
How many people does it take to fly a rocket?
I...
How many people? Tell me how many people.
You don't know.
Well, it's
You
either
don't
one
know.
monkey with a banana shoot that feeds it, or
course.
probably 2 or 3 humans.
Right, say it's 3 humans.
Yeah.
Now there's 3 humans because they need one to steer it.
One
another
to stop at the petrol station to
but
get
what,
more.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to start having a sink, then whoever's
They
washing
haven't got
up.
a sink.
I know because they've got a dishwasher.
He's got you there.
But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But all I'm saying is, teach
Of
kids
course
things
not.
about. Say to them, right, when you go home tonight, there was dinosaurs knocking about ages ago. How would you have lived with them? Get on with it. See you later.
Well,
you go.
they didn't. I've told you this before. You got a lot of your information from the Flintstones and 1 million years BC with Raquel Welch. There weren't dinosaurs knocking around where there were little fellas knocking around in furry pants.
No, but just sort of saying to them, all right, then, here's a different question.
Go on then.
Would it be better to have dinosaurs knocking about now whilst we're here? Because I put that
Better
in my
than
diary the
what?
other day. Like, that when you think about it, there's a population problem.
Yeah.
There's too many of us.
Yeah.
We're saving people all the time. No one's
and
allowed
this
to get
is
injured
old,
anymore.
too.
You've got to, wear a helmet when you're on a bike. There's speed bumps to slow people down. Zebra crossing. Cures for illnesses. No one's dying anymore, right?
Well, I think they
Of
are.
course.
Not as many as they should be because the world's crowded. All I'm saying
I
is
think
it's
there's still people dying. I think there's still people dying.
not that many though.
Yeah, I think there's still millions of people dying.
Apparently, a handful.
Loads of people are living longer, and
Yeah.
that's a problem.
So
what
you
I'm saying
feel that
is-
you should introduce Tyrannosaurus Rex into,
wandering
say,
about, wandering
London, just have
There
him
you
wandering
go.
around, just picking people up.
That's what. Just sort of random and that because I don't know. I mean, I'm not wishing that anyone I know.
Ooh, okay, wait. I feel like Mr. Dilkington would be on Thanos' side when Thanos did the snap. I feel like he would be there going like, yeah, that makes sense. All right, yeah. You know, like with where he's going on. Like I'm so curious to know. Even though it was years later, I'm curious to know if he saw it, and if he saw it, what did he think about that? Because this is like straight up. We're on the same kind of topic, aren't we?
Dies and that, but all I'm saying is I don't know anyone who's died for ages.
Right.
Whereas if a dinosaur was knocking about, you'd go, Neil's gone missing.
Yeah.
And
And
you thought
Nora's
that's-
had her head bitten off by a...
Whatever. I just think then it is survival of the fittest, which is we've lost all that now. You don't even have to be fit to survive. They just keep sticking a new lung on you.
Okay, that's not Thanos though. Thanos is random.
You know what I mean? They can do too much now to keep people going.
just keep sticking a new lung on you.
Question from Kevin. He says, Carl, other than the famous boxing match that you've often talked about, I know that took up about 20 minutes of your time, have you ever been in any other kind of fight? I don't suppose a slanging match. I think they're talking, have you ever been in a physical fight?
Okay.
Once that I can remember. It was over a woman. Well, a girl. I was at school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was because, like, it's hassle, innit? Right? Relationships when you're younger. 'Cause
How
you're
old were you?
About 7.
Over a woman.
Go on then.
That was adorable.
go on.
Okay.
And there was this girl knocking about who, she was quite good looking. Everybody liked. And my mate,
2 +
he
2
really
4.
liked her. And I didn't sort of ask her out on that, but she just sort of took a shine to me and stuff. Right? And didn't really go out with her properly. It's at that age where going out with someone is just like sort of going, all right, in the morning. Do you know what I mean? You just sort of nod your head
Yeah.
and that. Anyway, there was some
Right.
sort of school disco. And they were playing Spin the Bottle or something. Right? And I sort of wandered over to see what was going on. And I stood on this girl's dress and put a hole in it. And she started crying. I was like, oh, I can't be doing with this.
Oh, God. At
What's up with
7?
you? It's old, what's up with you? And everyone's going, Carl, what are you doing? That's meant to be your girlfriend and that. You should be sort of saying, oh, I'm sorry, and giving her a hug and all that, and saying it'll be all right, we'll sort the dress out. I said, oh, I can't.
Okay, I understand I come from a different culture and stuff, but this is all like a lot. First of all, a disco, a school disco or whatever kind of dance thing at 7 is already like interesting to me. Okay, a little young, but okay. And then Spin the Bottle at 7 again. Okay, sure, whatever. sounds a little young. And then and then him being like old enough to put a hole in a girl's dress and be like, oh, I don't want to deal with this right now. That seems like such an adult thing. I don't know. It's funny.
Can't be dealing with this. Right, so she's crying her eyes out, so it's over, right?
Oh, it's over, you saying, right, in the morning.
The animation.
Yeah, there's no more. Right, in the morning.
So I go to the toilet, right, and this lad who fancies her comes in and goes, you're out of order, you know. I'm saying, what are you on about?
So there's 2 7-year-olds. Yeah, you're out of order. Keep out.
Yeah. Cut it out. Show her a bit of bloody respect.
This is amazing. This is a great
Sorry,
story.
were you wearing trilbies?
Yeah. He put his cigarette out in the sink and he just said, leave it.
Get out of my face.
So I just sort of said, look, why are you getting involved and all that?
Yeah.
2 7-year-olds. Yeah. Why are you getting involved?
And it was obviously like, because, you know, he fancied her and that. We had a bit of a fight in there. Yeah. I accidentally, you know, sort of chipped his tooth on a sink.
Wow, is it like a proper...
Sorry, this is like someone from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Yeah. What are you talking about? 2 7-year-olds in a toilet.
So you put a hole
Wait,
in her...
wait, because they're quick to make fun of him. But it's very, very possible for 2 7-year-olds to, like, one push the other or something like that and have him hit his tooth on, you know, on the sink or something. Like, that part I believe. Obviously not the way he's telling it, but it's very possible, like a kerfuffle between 2 kids, just more pushing around and then maybe hitting. Some kids hit though. Some kids are little bastards.
Dress? I don't know how that... What were you wearing, football boots? How did you make a hole in her dress?
I don't know, it was like that sort of material.
You were wearing winkle pickers?
Like crepe, you know what I mean? It was like a crepe dress or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And that got a hole in it.
So you're having and when you say you're having a fight, I mean, are you wrestling with it? You got arm locks and head
bit
locks?
Of wrestling and shoving about and that, and it was an accident. I didn't sort of go, right, I'm going to break your teeth or anything. It's just that I happened to push his head down, and his tooth hit the sink,
right,
and it chipped and what have you. After that, like I sort of left there and stuff, and we had to go into assembly, and there was a copper in there doing some presentation saying, "Listen, kids, you know, don't get into trouble, because we're out there and we'll get you." Right, sort of trying to teach the kids young not to get into any trouble and stuff. So I'm sat in the assembly room.
Wait. This is all very confusing. It started out as a disco. He broke the dress, got in the bathroom. By the time he came out from the bathroom after breaking the kid's tooth, there's a cop there at an assembly teaching everybody to be cool and stay safe.
Thinking, oh, God, there's a copper here talking, and like my mate's going to come in a minute, like with a chipped tooth and everything.
Right.
And questions are going to get asked.
That's what kind of happened. I mean, the coppers didn't get involved.
Yeah.
Did you turn your back on violence after that then?
Yeah. He said, you'll never take me alive, copper.
So yeah, that was the sort of last fight.
Brilliant.
Well, that's cute, though.
Some of the questions
right?
coming in now, Rick, are just, I don't know what they're intending.
Like, he seems like a pacifist. The only fight he's ever had, except for something they mentioned in boxing, but I don't remember hearing anything about that, so I don't feel like I've seen any of that. But just at 7, very, very, very cute. Like, very kept to himself, being proper and polite and stuff, right? That's nice.
What response they're Some of the questions coming in now, Rick, are just, I don't know what they're intending. What response they're hoping for, really. This is one from Rob. He just says, I was just wondering, what are Carl's views on the human appendix?
What do you think, Carl? What do you think of the human appendix?
Never worried about it.
Well, no, I think Rob's point is that it's sort of pretty redundant now.
So this is kind of what we've talked about before, where...
He always says that. He always says something like, oh, we've talked about this before, and the thing that he's talked about is nothing like it.
What I mean is, we've obviously interfered somewhere along the way. And
we have interfered, yeah.
We shouldn't have done, because it's the same way, like, if we didn't have planes and that, would we have wings now? If we'd have needed to get about, would we have had wings?
No, the answer's no. Next.
No, but you say that, but look at the way...
Because he's right, he says it because he's right.
No, but all I'm saying is you see that little picture of like an ape to man.
Yeah.
At first, they're crawling about on all fours because probably you're looking for food, so you want to be down there. So
right.
if you're on both legs, you're missing stuff that's on the floor.
What sort of time period do you think this... Because, I mean, we started, dabbling with a plane maybe 100 years ago. So what sort of time period do you think this little thing was scrabbling around looking for food?
This is all so interesting. His thought process is just I'm lost for words. I'm trying to follow it. We're trying to follow it and see what's up, but very interesting indeed.
I don't know. I sort of don't worry about time.
Right. Well, I'll tell you now, we wouldn't have wings now. If the Wright brothers had said, "Oh, forget it," we wouldn't have wings now.
What would happen? Right, here's another question. This is one that I'd chuck out to kids as well. We're talking about education, teaching kids stuff.
Sure.
What would happen, right? We ruin this world, right? Goes wrong and that, right? They shut it down. They go, we're moving. We go to another planet.
It's as simple as that in his world. It's as simple as that.
We can't go to Mars because it's full of stuff that used to be in Dixon.
Dishwashers.
It's like a tip. Yeah, it's a nightmare. So we can't go there. We go somewhere else.
Something that I've always wondered about, if we do that, do we start New Year's or do we carry on? What do you know what I mean? Do we say, oh, it's still 2006? Or do we go, it's world new, whatever, new world?
That is definitely the first priority.
It's year one. Right, we've sorted that out. Right, now...
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Because a year might not be the same on this planet.
We'd sort that out, right? We'd sort out what year it is and that.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, we'd have to start again anyway, because the planet might not take 1 year as we know it to go around the sun. It might not take a day to turn. A day is a day because that's how long it takes.
Yeah, but we'd have to carry on as we know, because we don't want to start doing longer days and that. Otherwise, they'll just kick off and say, "This is rubbish. This new world. What are you doing?"
No,
I'm doing a 28-hour day.
We wouldn't have a choice. A day is how long it takes the planet to turn, and a year is how long it takes that planet to go around the sun.
But a day is man-made, really. There's places in the world where they're working in the dark, isn't there, in Iceland and that? But they don't go, well, it's dark all the time, so I'll stay in bed.
Well, no, but there's still a day. It's still 24 hours in a day in Iceland.
Yeah, but we only work by that clock because that's what people use at the moment when they go, what time is it? You go, it's 20 past 11.
No. We use that because that's how long it takes the planet we're on to
I've never worried about it like that. I've just always
Well, no, I'm telling you...
Well, that's because you weren't asked to get involved when they came up with the idea.
I'm telling you, that's what a day is. It's how long it takes your planet to... What would you mean? What?
No, I'm just saying that's fine and everything. But if when I was born, people said, there's 26 hours in a day, I'd go, fair enough. I'm not going to argue.
We could have made up how long an hour is. Yeah, we could have made hours shorter and get 26.
The animation! Fair enough, and he just turned over and no, this is too
that's
good.
Fine and everything.
Who made
but if when I was born, people said, there's 26 hours in a day, I'd go, fair enough. I'm not going to argue.
We could have made up how long an hour is. Yeah, we could have made hours shorter and get 26.
Well, they're saying they're going to do that. Because
no, they're not.
No, they are, because there's so many people in the world.
That was great.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about before. They've got to create more jobs. The only way to have more jobs, keep shops open, take on more people. Everyone's happy.
That makes no sense at all.
Right. Say if there's 28 hours in a day.
Yeah, it'd still be 24 hours long as we used to know it.
No, you'd have like, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's like 20 past 25 or whatever.
Well, you're not making any sense at all.
No, I'm just saying...
The Earth would still take 24 hours as we know it now.
Forget it.
Hang on a minute. I want... there's more interesting territory here.
Don't forget, our sleep patterns have evolved on a day. The reason we sort of like go to sleep at night and have about 8 to 10 hours sleep is because that's our evolution.
No, but that's only... Yeah, that's just because that's what we've got used to, isn't it?
Yeah.
You look at a sloth, that's asleep all the time. It's doing what it wants.
That's how you guys say sloths? A sloth? Or is that just like him? Well, they knew what he was... Really? Interesting. I believe most Americans say sloth. It's not the most comfortable word to say, but still.
Evolved differently,
Weird.
didn't it?
Right, you can't get away. You're not getting away with this anymore. If you want to live now, join in with us.
Okay.
Well, it's that time again. It's the feature that the world is saying could rival Monkey News one day. Ready?
Oh, what's he written today?
There we go.
Well, Carl's diary. You didn't explain what it was. Sunday, got up. Sunny day, so went for a walk in the park. There was a bloke walking down the street who was whistling some kind of annoying tune. He seemed quite happy with himself. Do people only whistle when they're happy? I don't whistle very much.
It's a good point. Whistling is so inane to me. But yeah, it's sort of like going, I'm content. It really is that thing that if they go, you go, well, Mr. Mellows, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Not only has your wife died, but you've lost the house. Thanks, Doctor.
Wouldn't happen, would it?
No,
doesn't
you
seem
don't
right, does
whistle
it?
when
Yeah.
you're sad. The other place you hear it, of course, is changing rooms. And that's men going, I'm whistling, so I'm not looking at your cock. How could I be? I'm concentrating on whistling.
The lake was frozen over.
So it's a content thing and it's a / minding my own business thing. Ah, okay.
I was walking.
Good to know.
The ducks looked worried. They were sat on the edge of the lake waiting for it to melt. Were they, Carl?
Yeah, we just sat there looking, sort of going, oh, what's going on? I don't know. How long is a duck's memory? Because I wondered whether they're going, this doesn't seem right, but I don't know why.
I asked Suzanne, why ducks don't use their wings much? They seem to walk and swim more and don't bother using their wings. Suzanne said she had to call her mum and dad, so I never got an answer.
Of course.
The old excuse. Yeah. Suzanne, I can't talk now, Carl.
Gotta phone my mum. There was a marathon type run going on in the park. It reminded me of the time when we were moving flat. It was the day of the London Marathon. Me and Suzanne were walking down the middle of the road taking some stuff to our new flat. I was carrying a lamp and a kitchen bin. People were clapping me, thinking I was doing some kind of fun run.
Why were you walking on the same route?
Because it was when we lived on the Docklands.
Oh,
There was no other route.
Wait,
The
what?
Walking on the same route.
Because it was when we lived on the Docklands.
Oh, brilliant.
There was no other route. The flat was just about 100 yards down the road.
They're going, look at the
Okay.
bloke with the bald wig. He's carrying a lamp and a bin.
Took a bag of old clothes to Oxfam. It was just old T-shirts and a couple of jumpers with holes in it. I don't think anyone will buy them, but the Oxfam is closer to the flat than the wheelie bin is.
Okay.
On the tube on the way back home, saw an advert for a book about a woman who works in a funeral home. She went into work one day, she goes to work on a body, she takes the sheet off of one of the bodies, and it looks exactly like her. This is called a doppelganger.
What's a doppelganger to you?
It's the thing I read about him ages ago where someone was walking down the street.
Yeah, and he sees someone who looked a bit like him.
And no, this was weirder than that.
Go on.
Okay.
He remembers like going down that street as a kid on his bike whistling.
Yeah.
And then he's walking down the street going to get some milk or whatever from the shop. Little bike comes whizzing past. He hears the whistling. He goes, that's weird. Looks at it. It was him when he was a kid. So it's like a time.
Shit. What do you mean it was him as a kid?
This is like a different form of doppelganger. It's just
Well, it's impossible. It's rubbish.
some sort of time thing, isn't it?
No,
Just
it's
time,
not but that's
sort of-
impossible, so don't
It's
worry
just some
about
kind
it.
of time thing, Rick. No,
Some sort of time thing, isn't it? Like, what? This has to be the episode that has the most, like, random little pieces of random conversations, of random thought processes. Very, very, very entertaining, but very weird.
no.
Yeah,
just
something
some
you
kind of time
read
thing.
again on the internet, or it was a short story, or something someone
Right.
told you.
On my walk back from the tube, I saw a jogger who was pushing a pram at the same time.
Oh, also, I just kind of want to say, like, say that was real, say that would happen to you. Like, say I would go out and walk on the street and see myself at, like, not a doppelganger or a different person that looks exactly like me. Say it was me as a child. If it's young enough, I don't know if I'd recognize myself, because I don't know what I looked like unless I had pictures, you know? And I don't really have a lot of pictures of when I was little because, typical family thing. I am the third child, right? First born, my brother, there's like millions of pictures. They hired professional photographers. There's pictures. He was like a day old and there's professional pictures of him. There's like nonstop, like a ridiculous amount of pictures, right? And then the second born, middle child, since they were kind of close in age and stuff, there's like thousands of pictures of both of them together, kind of sort of looking like twins. My mom would dress them alike and stuff because they were so close in age. They already acted like they were twins, so whatever, they're twins. Fine, whatever, millions of pictures. And then I come along, the third child, the last one, and it's like I'm all news, right? It's all right. All babies look the same. So it's like no pictures of me. And when I asked my dad about it, he's always like, you know, when you were born, my camera broke. You bastard, buy a new one. Or get like a professional photographer or whatever. So there's not really a lot of pictures of when I was a kid. And so like there's a certain age, I don't even know what I looked like mostly. So if I were to like find myself, also the pictures that I do have of myself when I was younger, like later, I honestly don't really recognize myself. I don't think I look much like I used to, at least not like at 6 or 7 or whatever. So I don't know if I would recognize myself. I'd maybe see myself and say, oh, there's an odd familiarity or whatever about that person, but I don't know if it'd click that hard. And if I was someone that didn't have pictures at all of myself, like I don't think there would be a way for me to recognize myself when I was that age. You know what I mean? It's weird, trippy. Anyway, I rambled. Sorry.
I walked back from the tube. I saw a jogger who was pushing a pram at the same time. The kid looked terrified. Got my science book out. It said that the static you get on the telly when a channel isn't tuned in properly is radiation that is still knocking about from when the Big Bang happened.
Okay.
I thought about the Big Bang and wondered if it was really a Big Bang or did it just sound louder as there was no other noise to drown it out.
Okay.
Good point, though, isn't it?
Ah.
Carl's diary, Rick, never ceases to amaze.
No. And I don't think it ever will.
Oh, well, it's that time now. Yeah? It's the big one.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news!
Okay.
Right, there was this
Monkey?
this fella, right, who he had a problem with his eyes. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he goes to the doctors and he goes, oh, I've got a problem with my eyes. And he goes, yeah, they're bad then, right? He goes, it was in America, you know, like how you have to pay for medical stuff and all that.
Mm.
And the doctor said, oh, if I fix them, it's going to be like 10 grand, right?
Mm.
He's
You
like,
can
but I
see
haven't got
that.
the money, doctor. He goes, well, I can't help you then. You know, there's a lot of people with bad eyes like them. Can't do anything for you. So he goes, oh, it's getting worse. Can't do anything. So anyway, so he goes home.
Is that the price of human eyes, is it?
So he goes home, he's looking in the paper, right? And he sort of sees in the adverts at the back. And there's a little advert there saying cheap doctors.
Okay.
Right?
No, bollocks.
Oh, no.
No.
So he's thinking, oh, maybe that's what I.
That's the answer.
Maybe that's what I need, right? So he calls them up. Woman's there. She's like, wait, what can I do? He goes, I've got bad eyes and that. She says, oh, come in tomorrow, we'll sort them out. She's like, brilliant, I'll see you then. Right? So he goes down there and he says, right, you know, I can hardly see. My eyes have got in really bad state and what have you.
Right.
Need to have them sorted out. I don't know what you do, whatever you do,
Right.
I need
Now,
doing.
his eyes are so bad, can he see the doctors?
This is one of those things that it seems like, because obviously whoever's animating this or the team that's animating this, their things are going to be way funner than that. Like, it's not the same animating them when they're just talking like this in the podcast room or whatever, than when they get to animate stuff like this and have real fun with it. This little story right here must have been so freaking fun to animate. Like the one where he's talking, where he's looking out the window, and there's a lady there that's nude or whatever, and he's like, yeah, pulling his pants. Those things must be so freaking fun to have listen to and then plan the animation for that and then actually animate it. Must have been so freaking
know what you
fun.
do,
Look at this.
whatever you do,
Right.
I need
Now,
doing.
his eyes are so bad, can he see the doctors?
Not really,
Can't
sort
really
of
see
squinting
squinting.
and that, but you know, so he's like, do I need?
Another thing I absolutely freaking love is every time he's telling any kind of story and they ask him a question, to my knowledge, none of his answers are never, I'm not sure, or I don't know, or I don't remember. He always like has to answer, and even if he doesn't know, he just makes it up. Like, I love how I don't think the words I don't know, or I'm not sure, or I couldn't tell you are like in his vocabulary. It's always like, oh yeah, of course.
Not really,
Can't
sort
really
of
see
squinting
squinting.
and that, but you know, so he's like, do I need to see the doctor to, you know, have a word and tell him what problem? She's like, no, don't worry about that.
Don't worry about
Just,
No, I'd be comfortable if it's a...
just you know, just let me inject you and we'll knock you
With
out.
what?
We'll
Oh.
get on with it.
Get
And it's
on
like,
with it,
well,
get the doctor in.
Can I just tell you something about chimps as well, just before you continue?
Go on.
You know, they don't have opposable thumbs.
Now,
which is
why
what-
are opposable thumbs useful, Rick?
Well, to grip something, to do anything like, you know, even simple stuff like writing, so let alone surgery. So without an
But
opposable
can I just check now?
Go on.
So if I was a doctor and I was doing any form of difficult surgery, would I need opposable thumbs?
You'd need opposable thumbs
To be a
And-
doctor,
And
if
without
anything.
you couldn't do anything. You
Th-
could.
thanks for clearing that up.
because the opposable thumb allowed something in our evolution called the precision grip.
Right.
So without that, you couldn't do anything.
I'm just glad they've got that cleared up, thanks.
So anyway, so he's had the injection. He's
anyway.
nodding off and what have you. Right? His eyes are sort of closing and that. He hears the door open. And he sort of just sees this little fella come in and he's like, hello.
What
doing
did
that.
it
His eyes are
say?
sort of,
Oh, I thought it actually said, see more bananas. Wait. It does say something. Hold on. Money knows. Oh, you can see more bananas. I'm missing something. Money now? Money now so you can see more bananas. Oh, man. There you go.
Or closing and that, he hears the door open. He sort of just sees this little fella coming in and he's like, hello, doctor. And he's trying to like make a chat with it.
Sure.
But like, he's just nodding off. No, just
he's never called it a doctor.
He
These people have done 7 years medical training.
respected people.
How could you call it it?
So anyway, he thought, it's weird he didn't answer, but doctors can be quite moody. They're highly intelligent. They don't need
especially little airy ones.
Well, just idle chit chat. There's no room for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm here to do a job.
But if I'm going in to have my eyes done, I want a little bit of idle chimp chat.
So anyway, time passes, right? Yeah. He sort of wakes up and he opens his eyes, right? And it's brilliant. He can't believe it.
Eyes are perfect.
He's had the op. He can't believe the sight. He's like, nurse, right? And the nurse comes in because I can't believe it. This is brilliant. I've never had this such good sight. Do you know what I mean? Even when I was a baby, and my eyes were new, I didn't see this good.
Great.
So she's like, well, that's
you realise the nurse is a panda.
That's what we do, right? So he said, right, so can I just see the doctor and just say thanks and that? She's like, well, to be honest, he's specialised in what he does. There's a lot of
what a load of bollocks this is getting.
Please.
Where did you get this from?
No, come on, let's hear the end of the news.
There's a lot of like operations he's got to do.
Yeah.
So leave him to it. He's just having a kip. I'll let him know that you were grateful. Pays the check. Off you go. Go and enjoy looking at stuff.
Yeah.
So he said no, just what's wrong with that? I just want to see that.
No, just fine.
Leave it. Just leave.
Yeah, exactly. Leave it.
And he's like, yeah, but I can't. I want to thank him. So he's done such a good thing for me. So they're getting into a bit of an argument and what have you, and the voices are raising, right?
Okay.
Door opens.
Gonna wake the doctor up.
Well, that's what they did. They woke it up, right?
They woke it up.
It.
So the door opens, right? Little monkey comes out, and he's like, "What's going on here? It's a hospital. Why is a monkey knocking about?"
Yeah.
So the woman said, "Well, what do you mean? He's the doctor." Right? So he's like, "You are having a laugh, aren't you?" She goes, "Look, don't complain. Your eyes are sorted.
Yeah.
The doctor's done it. What's the problem?" He said, well, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have come here. She said, well, what do you mean you didn't know that? She said, the advert in the paper you read, it said, like, chimp doctors.
That is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. That really is the worst.
What? And because his eyes were so bad, he thought it said cheap doctors.
He saw the advert and it said chimp
my
doctors,
God.
because his eyes were bad. He just saw it.
What journal is this in?
It was years ago, because it sort of says how the monkey
You know what? That is my question to you guys, because every episode that has monkey news, which I think has been every one of them, everybody, there's always somebody or a couple people that let me know in the comments what his monkey news, what Carl extracted and transformed it from. So there's always like stories that are somewhat truthful or similar, and he just kind of distorted it into his chimpanzee news or monkey news or whatever. I am very curious as to what is the underlying true story about this one, because what is going on? Like, if anybody actually knows where he got this from and what story it mutated from, please let me know. I am very curious.
Carried on working for a few years. He couldn't do anything about it. He had to
retired to
leave
play
it.
golf.
It's absolute bollocks. There's no way. I mean, it's not even worth talking about.
So.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's the most ridiculous monkey news you've ever heard, and that's saying something.
Chimp doctors.
Yeah.
Cheap. It's easy mistake.
Chimp. He like just keeps going. Chimp doctors, cheap. Oh my God, these are so great. I love these. I absolutely love these. These are awesome. I agree though. One of the weirdest, one of the most far-fetched chimpanzee news stories. Very, 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 very odd. But okay, I imagine something somewhere, someone can tell me something that'll put my mind at ease. But this was a bizarre episode. Very, like, from start to finish, it was just all kind of all over the place. I feel maybe even a little bit more so than others, but very, very entertaining. Okay, guys, I still cough a lot and stuff. Like, I'm hoping to recover. I honestly feel a lot better. Like, nothing hurts anymore. Throat doesn't hurt or anything. It just gets mega dry, and I still have that, like, stupid COVID dry cough, which sucks. And, you know, ever since I was, like, 10 and healthy, and I laugh, I would cough. So imagine with a dry throat and a dry cough and COVID, like it's like a horrible freaking mix. So it's hard to laugh basically, but it doesn't matter. It's still worth it. I'm gonna push through it and push on and keep going. But anyway, this one was a good one. I enjoyed it, so I hope you did as well. And guys, you guys know the drill. It's almost 'tis the season time or whatever, Christmas time, Hanukkah time, Kwanzaa time, festive time, whatever you want to call it. So just, you know, you guys are getting cozy with your little hot chocolates and your blankets and that kind of, you know, actual wintry, Christmassy, seasonal things. So that's nice. I know a lot of you freeze, and I'm sorry about that. That totally sucks. But you guys know the drill. Just be happy. Do whatever you can to be happy, to be healthy, to sleep, enjoy stuff, enjoy what you're doing, enjoy your life, enjoy your passions, people. Because what's the point of living if you're not enjoying it? So you got to enjoy it. Anyway, thank you, everybody, and thank you, everybody that's going to appear on the screen right now. I am leaving. Goodbye.